Okay, Le Chatelier's principle of equilibrium. Remember, equilibrium is when like N2s and H2s are getting together to make NH3 at the same rate that some of that NH3 is also going the other way to break back into H2s and N2s. So remembering that both reactions are happening at equal rates, we can draw it like this to show that both reactions are happening. Okay, so Le Chatelier said if you put a stress on a system, and a stress would just be like you do something to it. You heat it up, you add a bunch of N2, or you add a bunch of H2, or you put pressure on it. If you do something to stress, just anything, you do something to the system, it will shift. Okay, so you're going to see the word stress. If you just do something to the system, it will shift. Okay, well, what does it mean shift? A system shifts. What it means by shift is that one of those reactions is going to dominate. Either they'll say like, oh, the reaction shifted right. That means like more of that reaction is happening. Like there's way more of the forward reaction happening than the reverse. So there's way more of the right reaction happening than the left. So that is a shift. And we're going to talk about what causes shifts. When will it stop doing that? When it regains equilibrium. Okay, so the big thing to know is that Le Chatelier's principle is about putting a stress on a system, causes it to shift either the left or the right, forward or the reverse reaction is dominating. They're no longer equal. One is like way more than the other. And that they'll keep doing this until they get back to that nice equilibrium where everything's equal. Rates are equal. Okay, so what kind of stresses can we put on our system? Let's put in a catalyst. And remember, a catalyst speeds up a chemical reaction by reducing the activation energy. A catalyst says, hey, you don't have to go up here anymore. Come my way, and you only have to go up that high. Well, it turns out that a catalyst speeds up the forward reaction because now it doesn't have to go as high. But it also, if you start over here, it also speeds up the reverse reaction just as much. So a catalyst does not cause a shift. No shift because of a catalyst. So that can be a distractor answer that I see quite a bit. They'll say, oh, does a catalyst cause a shift? No, it doesn't. Okay, because it helps both reactions equally, so it's not going to help one dominate. Remember, because shift is like, oh, one's dominating, it's shifting that way. Okay, so there's two things that we're going to talk about can cause a shift, and the rule is add away, take away towards. So if we had that same reaction, N2 and H2 making NH3, let's say we have this reaction happening. These things are doing this at the same rate that these things are going back the other way. Let's stress the system by adding more N2. Let's like lots of N2, just a gazillion little N2s. All right, what's going to happen? Is there going to be more of the forward reaction or more of the reverse? Well, now we have more of this ingredient for the forward reaction. So we got more N2s to get together with H2s to make some nice NH3. So the reaction is going to shift this way because you have like more of the ingredient to do this my hand's going the opposite way, to do this reaction, okay? If you were to add more NH3, then you're adding more of this. Now you have more of the ingredient for the reverse reaction. There's more likely that this will happen. If you added more H2, now you have more ingredients for this reaction, so it's going to shift. So you might notice that whatever you add, the reaction shifts away from it, and that's where that rule comes in. Add away. If I add this, the reaction is going to shift away from it. If I add this, the reaction is going to shift away from it the other way. And the other rule is take away towards, okay? This rule says, well, if you take something away, now I don't have as much N2. Let's say I don't have as much N2. Now I have less ingredients for the forward reaction, so more of the reverse reaction is going to happen, kind of to like make more of the N2 to kind of make up for that. So it's kind of like shifts it back. And remember, it keeps shifting the equilibrium until you get back to equilibrium. All right, let's say I took away some NH3. Now you don't have as much NH3, so the reaction is going to shift that way to kind of make more. And now you have less NH3 to kind of get together to make these things, so the reaction is going to shift towards NH3 to kind of replace it. So the rule for that is take away towards. So if you add, the reaction shifts towards you. If you take some of it away, then the reaction shifts away from that thing.